It seems a lot of digital projects accelerated to deal with all the disruptions left and right. Now businesses fought the fires and they start to return to normal. And with that, digital projects once again will be scrutinized for consistent value creation. So what key levers can we use to keep our projects generating value? A few weeks ago, I had one of those back-of-the-napkin discussions with the private equity operating team and their advisors. We were looking at patterns across their portfolio of companies. Who is succeeding, driving value from digital projects, and who is still struggling, and why? Here's a wonderful doodle on that virtual napkin, some online whiteboarding tool that we used. We concluded that there are probably 4 key levers that differentiate digital winners in their execution. I will probably spend some time on each of these in future videos, but for now, here's a general idea. First things leaders do is set clear value goals for their projects. This includes both a minimum threshold to achieve and also the art of the possible, sort of the maximum plan. Some tie to their value creation plans and others do not. Some companies have a minimum EBITDA impact or IRR goal for all of their projects. Others set the minimum percentage of the current EBITDA, like 0.5%, that all approved projects need to exceed. I've also seen value guardrails, rules for how the value will be measured before, during, and after the project. Leading companies speak in net EBITDA gains and not project costs. Costs alone without value targets are basically meaningless. Clearly, spending $1 million with 5x return is better than spending $100,000 with a 2x return. The second target leaders set is the art of the possible, the maximum value goal attainable with the current state of digital technology and the timeline you have. I've seen this set as high as 15-20% of the current EBITDA, but most target maybe 1 to 5%. The metrics are very industry specific. The point is that the team should be challenged to deliver the minimum result, but also to maximize the total value delivered in the holding period, or say 3 years. Once you have your minimum threshold and art of the possible, you have 3 big levers to engage during the project: scope, speed, and what I call retained value. Digital winners keep expanding the scope until they have sufficient processes included for their value goal. They don't take the easy processes to digitize like finance, but instead those where most of the value potential is, and maybe where the performance gap exists. Having a scope broad enough creates a value portfolio that is a lot more likely to succeed than very narrow endeavors. $1 million delivered in 6 months is clearly more valuable than the same amount in 12 months and more impactful. Value creators deliver projects early and often with multiple agile cycles in a year. If your value creation cycle exceeds 3 months, you may need to revisit the plan. Within private equity, we have very limited time for operational value creation, maybe 3 years in total. It is better to deliver 12 quarterly cycles in 3 years than one big digital big bang. Also, enterprises that adopt a minimum viable product thinking for their digital projects tend to fare much better than those targeting perfection. As the old saying goes, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. Digital leaders set a goal to retain a high percentage of their generated benefits within the company. They tend to have an in-house digital development team or center of excellence. Conversely, leaders tend to give a lot of the digital development to vendors or consultants or outsourcers and retain very little of their generated benefits. The best practice setting is a goal of 60 to 80% of the generated EBITDA kept in-house. Also, leaders make the digital value bankable, renegotiating vendor contracts, reallocating the freed up workforce, canceling outsourcing contracts for automated processes, and raising prices where the digital improves the customer experience. So here's the thing. Success leaves clues. Companies that generate value from digital do predictable things. They have minimum and maximum value targets. They adjust speed and scope until they can drive the value they want. And last but not least, they keep most of the gains in-house. Good luck out there. Talk soon.